this virus-proof suit lets you drink, vape, and have sex. So this is a concept built by an LA-based design firm where Mark and Alexa, you two are, called Production Club. And they've come up with this concept of a virus-proof suit called the microshell. So the idea is that without having to stand 6 feet away from others, the suit will still allow you to be safe and be able to attend things where people are typically clumped together, film festivals, concerts, sporting events, Broadway shows, whatever it is. The suit only covers the top third of the body and features cut-resistant fabric, an air filtration helmet, a clear shield for good visibility, wireless voice communication, and a camera. The helmet also has loading chambers, so this is according to Production Club. You can drink and vape. And because this suit doesn't cover the bottom half of your body, you don't have to remove it if you need to go to the bathroom, or again, as Production Club suggests, have sex. So question to you all, will these types of suits and masks be our near future, or is this just feeding into our dystopian fears?
Bubble boy.
I hate everything about this. Like,
Me too.
I see, oh God, no. As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh boy, this is great that I'm all for people creating concepts and like putting this out into the universe and like pressure testing the idea. But again, like when you think about like just the incremental gain that people have to have, like this, maybe this makes sense in specific environments, but there's not going to be a Coachella where everyone is walking around wearing this. Like it's just not going to happen. Yeah, I think you'll much sooner just get people that say I don't care than put on something like this.
Of course, this was made by an LA firm.
Yeah.
After reading this, and I did read like, about this before. I was like, the bottom half, it's great. You can go to the bathroom, but can't you still catch other things? Like the bottom half being, exposed. I don't know. It's super funny that they made chambers that you could vape on this too. It doesn't seem like this. This reminds me of that movie like Bubble Boy, or do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm like, and hopefully all these things, when this does settle down and get under control, like, is this going to be needed? I don't think so.
Yeah, I feel like the pain of putting this on and like going out in public and it is not worth it's not worth the plus for me just to be able to go to a bar or something like that. Again, like maybe there's a world in which if you are just a super, super sick human and like couldn't go see your family, like without something like this, like there's people for whom the benefit is just so strong and that pull is just so strong that like, sure, they like don't care about wearing something like this. But for me, again, what do I have to gain from this? Okay, great. I can like, go to a slightly crowded restaurant. It's not going to be worth it for me ever. So I vote redistribute this to a more population that cares versus ever trying to, sell this to the masses.
Yeah.
Kaitlyn,
I had the same, sorry, go ahead.
No, please go ahead, Alexa.
Oh, I had the same thought that, if this was positioned as slightly less hedonistic and clickbaity, there's actually really cool applications of it. But that they've sort of gone out with this concept that is like all of your vices at once is really not probably the group that you're speaking to, which is really like particularly being protective, immunosuppressed populations, etc. It's like they chose one angle.
Yeah. Lots of pent-up vice tension.
Totally. Maybe there's like a sad world that exists in the future where like climate change gets so bad that, we can't even breathe the air around us and this will just be necessary to live. So, maybe it exists in one way that way, but I don't think this is the cure to coronavirus. Yeah.
I do feel like I've had a lot of these lessons learned in real life. Like you don't want to have a mask on at Halloween. Like there's like some of these like life lessons we can take from this article.
Yeah.
Thinking more near time, how do you all see public spaces and events? I mean, Kaitlyn, you talked about Coachella. What does that look like next year? What do other events look like as they start to adapt to social distancing in the near future?
Yeah, I'm a little cynical, but I actually don't expect public spaces to do anything more than the bare minimum. I don't. Like, we live in a capitalist society where, you know, packing as many people as possible onto an airplane or into a stadium is like how you survive and how you thrive as a company. And I think they'll do what they can to quell public sentiment to make sure people come out at all in the first place, but I don't think they'll go far beyond that. So, you know, I'm sure people will do some things. You know, airlines are doing what they can to clean more heavily. You know, people are talking about limiting restaurants into smaller reservations, but like at the end of the day, like cash is king for businesses as much as it is for startups. And how do you get that? You squeeze a lot of people into a small space. So I don't know. Maybe that's a cynical view of it.
Yeah, cynical view, maybe. I guess thinking about another, you know, sad dystopian future that's not unimaginable, honestly, today. I mean, we've seen viruses morph and become super crazy. I mean, today we struggle with superbugs, right? Bacteria and antibacteria resistant bugs that are a result of our doings. I mean, a dystopian future where there is like a corona that's around like persistently, that's like terrible, is not so far unimaginable today. I mean, I could see a world in which like I would prefer to wear one of these things to be able to go out. Like I've been locked up for like 2 months so far, and like it's fine, you know. Like I can see what the next 6 months look like. But I mean, if it becomes like a multi-year thing, like I'd put this vest in a heartbeat. You wouldn't catch me vaping in it, but I'd be out wearing it.
Yeah. I think there's probably room for some kind of like what I'm seeing people expand their COVID circles and their social circles. And so like what is considered sort of like I think this may become more like what our whoever is in your living situation or your COVID circle in general, it also becomes sort of who you're doing entertainment and outings with. And so I think you may see like concerts and things, but it's on a smaller scale, and it's with these people that are sort of opting in to be part of something where you've all sort of agreed on what your comfort level is and your rules.
Awesome. Great. We'll move on to our final cartoon of the day. Cartoonist, do you have something funny for us?
Yeah. Here we go. Can you guys see the screen?
That's funny.
And then this one.
Yeah, that was the vibe I got reading the article. It's like, really?